Barkley, the offensive line. Here's what it's not. A.J. Brown. Last season was the least productive season for A.J. Brown in Philly, and they won the Super Bowl over Mahomes 40-22. He is a luxury. He is not a necessity. As I've talked about with receivers, they're the convertible sports car. Great until the weather gets bad. Really, really cool in the garage. Everybody talks about him. What gets you to work in January? You're not driving the convertible sports car, especially on this team that led the NFL in rush attempts last year. So this is if clearly quarterbacks from Mahomes to Brady to Manning to Jalen Hurts. They throw to targets they trust. He trusts Dallas Goedert. He had 7 catches on 7 targets. He trusts Devontae Smith. He trusted Dotson. He didn't trust A.J. Brown. It was the first time in 6 years, A.J. Brown, no targets first half. Also, last couple of years, I saw this morning. When A.J. Brown is held under 50 yards last 2 years, Philadelphia is 7-0. Again, don't confuse luxury with necessity. When you're doing your budget at home, the second pair of golf clubs is a luxury. It is not a necessity.
Okay. Do you guys remember last year when Colin had a whole thing of the Eagles, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles record with A.J. Brown and without A.J. Brown? And I ripped that whole take back then. And he was pretty much saying, like, they need A.J. Brown. Without A.J. Brown, this team is not good. And now we're saying that A.J. Brown is a luxury. And now we're also saying that A.J. Brown, that Jalen Hurts doesn't trust A.J. Brown or any of that stuff. First off, the Cowboys did a really great job of taking away A.J. Brown. That's number one. Number two, just A.J. Brown's mere presence changes how defenses are obviously going to cover the Philadelphia Eagles. So just that impact alone is huge. But what it does show is that the Philadelphia Eagles don't need A.J. Brown to have this amazing game for them to win. Because Jalen Hurts, this may shock some people. Guys, you're going to have to take a seat. And if you're driving, maybe pull over to the side of the road or something. You're going to have to this is going to be tough for some people. So you got to take a deep breath. Jalen Hurts is actually a great quarterback. So he doesn't need a special wide receiver to throw to make plays. He can actually work the entire field. He can actually get the ball to other players. He actually knows how to read defenses. He doesn't have to force the ball to players. And he's comfortable and confident enough and only cares about winning and nothing else. And he embodies that to his core. So his agenda, his objective, his intention, his goals are not to make sure that everyone gets the ball in a way that makes them the happiest. Because Jalen Hurts is out there putting up numbers, sometimes winning games, putting up numbers that are like 110. So his mentality is like, bro, AJ, you want to feast? Say, Devontae, you want to feast? All these guys want to feast. I'm not feasting. Do you see me throwing for 300 yards a game? You got us winning games and people saying that I'm not even responsible for it. You think that doesn't matter to me at all? Of course it does. Yeah, I can tune out all that noise and all that, but I'm still a person. We're all making sacrifices for the greater good to win these games. That's the way it works, man. That's the way it works. So Jalen Hurts leads by example with that. It's not about numbers. But to say that Jalen Hurts doesn't trust A.J. Brown or something like that, no, he takes the game as given to him. Takes the game as given to him. If you want to get A.J. Brown more involved, that's more up to coaching and Kevin Patullo. You take the game as it comes to you. You take what the defense gives to you. You let Jalen Hurts just approach the offense in a way that allows him to do what he needs to do in any given moment. Not do what he needs to do because other people are telling him that he needs to do it. So it's kind of crazy to say that A.J. Brown is luxury here, because if you take away A.J. Brown, the offense would have to fundamentally change. But what this does poke holes in is that Jalen Hurts needs great wide receivers to throw to, because he does not. He knows how to operate an offense. I saw in the comment section earlier, people are like, oh, check down Charlie or something. And it's like, what are we doing here? J-Mac said this.
More talented, arguably, than all of them except Saquon Barkley, and got one look. That is not coincidental.
Not great at all. And it was not just one target. It was one target with like 5 minutes left in the game. Colin, that offense did not look good at all. You can't rely on Jalen Hurts to bail you out of every third down. They had one pass completion over 10 yards. One, the bomb to Dotson. That's it. Everything else was short. I know it's a new offensive coordinator for Hurts, but which is the case almost every year. But Colin, I'm with you. The takeaway is Dallas looked better than advertised, and Philly did not look particularly sharp.
No.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that we could fall in this trap year after year after year. It's breathtaking, actually. It's breathtaking. The Eagles, especially in that first half, were moving the ball at will. They were moving the ball at will. They were doing the game plan wasn't exactly. They didn't get to do exactly what they wanted to do, because they also couldn't run the ball as they wanted to do. They couldn't really get Saquon Barkley going in the way that they wanted to do. But this is going to be a very well-coached defense with Eberflus, which is what I've emphasized again and again. It's a divisional game. It's week 1. Let me know how much work in the preseason AJ, Devontae, Jalen, Saquon, the O-line. Let me know all the work that they got done. Oh, that's right, none. Like, it's just, we gotta chill, man. We gotta chill. Saying that offense didn't look good? Oh my God. Imagine putting up these points and you didn't need big production from Saquon, AJ, or Devontae. And you won the game. You moved the chains. I mean, like, they were 8 for 13 on third down. 8 for 13. That would be good enough. If you keep doing that, that'll be good enough to, by a wide margin, lead the NFL on third down conversions. Like, I don't even understand what anyone is even saying at this point. If you just convert like 50% of your third downs, that's great. I can't fathom this. Last year, this was a third down conversion rate in 2024. 51% was the best. 50%, 47%, 46.9%, 46%. The Eagles were over 60%. That's why I said that they would be by a wide margin for third down conversion rate. And that's the money downs. Even Collinsworth talked about this, which this is obviously not new. Everyone knows this. What do you need out of your quarterback? To convert third downs and get red zone touchdowns. Convert in the red zone. The Philadelphia Eagles were 8 for 13 on third down, and they were 3 for 3 in the red zone. Am I in Bizarro World right now? And it was week 1. And you didn't need A.J. Brown or Devontae or Saquon Barkley to carry the workload. I just don't get it. I really don't. Like, listen, if you want to be if you want to be more harsh isn't the right word, but if you want to be a stickler, what are things that I would want to see? Yes, I want to see A.J. Brown and Devontae absolutely undeniably get worked more. Yes. Do I want to see the Eagles be able to score and convert third downs with a little bit less of Jalen Hurts using his legs? Yes. Okay, got it. Can we allow that to unfold as the weeks go on throughout the season? Or do we need them to be in perfect Super Bowl dominant shape by week 1? I mean, just unbelievable. I mean, it really is. I mean, in 2024, the Kansas City Chiefs against the Baltimore Ravens, and mind you, their defense was not good in that first half of the season. They scored only 27 points. They were 4 for 9 on third down. Okay. They were only 1 for 3 in the red zone. I really don't recall anyone panicking about their offense and saying it did not look good. There's problems here. I don't remember anyone saying that. Nobody was saying that. And Pacheco was there, and Kelsey was there, and Rashee Rice was there, Xavier Worthy. I don't remember anyone panicking. Heck, same thing with the Baltimore Ravens. They were just like, Lamar Jackson missed a few throws there, and they could have won the game. But other than that, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm using the Chiefs as a reference point because they're obviously the only other team that has, won the Super Bowl, and now this is opening day. This was against the Detroit Lions last year. They were 5 for 14 on third down. Where are they at in the red zone? 2 for 3 in the red zone. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was 21 for 39. 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, and a 77.5 passer rating. It was against the Detroit Lions week 1, and they lost. So I don't know. We just got to be more balanced. And it also has to be emphasized. It was a divisional game. We know. It's one of the things that pretty much has always remained true in the NFL. That divisional games, anything can happen. But we can't just keep going through the lens that you play great or that you have a lot of success if you win by 10, 14, 21 and you have 5, 6, 7, 8 plays where you're throwing the ball 20 yards down the field. It's about making the plays when they matter most. And again, to be clear though, it's not like you can just play sloppy or bad ball and then make those plays. Like, don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, if you still win, it's okay. But then you would be like a little bit more uncomfortable. And that's kind of what happened with the Kansas City Chiefs last year. Where it was like, yeah, they were making some key plays, and Mahomes was, and that's why Mahomes is great and not this bad quarterback. But like, everything else looked bad and was just like, you needed to be bailed out play after play, like in game after game after game. So that like that was a different context in that moment, right? That's not the case here. It's one thing if Jalen Hurts tried to force the ball to A.J. Brown and then there was an interception or 3 and out because he took a shot down the field to A.J. and A.J. was double covered and it just hit everyone's hands and then hit the ground, right? And then Jalen Hurts made that great throw to Dotson or something, or picked up a touchdown or conversion with his legs or something. Then you could say, yeah, he made the plays when it mattered, but also look at all this other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? That's not the case here. That's not the case here. So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that for now. This is always a little tricky here because this is like a standalone Thursday game, obviously for the Eagles, going into Friday, Saturday, and then all the other games are coming. So like these games are kind of tough, Thursday and Friday. In opening, for week 1. This also happened to the Eagles last year when they played against the Packers on Friday. Like, it's like you have all these conversations, but then like you still have you have everyone else's first game to get through, and then Monday comes around, and now everybody will be talking about all those games, understandably so, because they will now have just happened, like in some cases, like not even 10 hours ago on Monday, and these games now, the games on Thursday and Friday kind of get a little bit more swept under the rug, although I'm sure first things first, we'll quadruple down on the Chiefs. If you remember, the Eagles were barely discussed on that Monday. And again, I understand how it can kind of get swept under a little bit, but that's why I want to kind of make sure that I kind of emphasize the Eagles here, because this game will come and go before you know it. It's just like all into Kansas City. But I just think like really the moral of the story is like the Eagles played really, really well considering the circumstances. Week 1, division rival, you know, coming off a Super Bowl victory, a bunch of new faces, new offensive coordinator. I don't know if you could really expect Week 1 against a division rival, new faces, new coordinator, coming off of a Super Bowl win. I don't know if you could expect anything better in this exact moment in time. In a lot of ways, like this is going to sound, the Eagles are exactly where they need to be right now. If you're expecting them to just be fully in sync and perfect and being able to just roll, you know, like it's like if they hung, you want them to hang 35 or something, and AJ needs to go off for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns and take, like, it's just like, think about what you're then saying needs to happen. Just crazy to me. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Philadelphia Eagles? Do you think that it's clear there is a disconnect between Hurts and AJ Brown? And how do you feel about this Eagles offense just not looking good? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.